Hey everybody, I'm KK.
I'm Kristen.
Together we are
KK Crochet.
And so today we're going to talk about a couple of things. So I finished all of the blankets that I had on schedule for the year and all the extra ones that I added along the way. So I was free. Do you all know how good it feels to be free and out from underneath that? Now don't get me wrong. I enjoyed making them. Even during the times when I didn't enjoy it, I was still enjoying it. That doesn't make sense, I know. But I think just I was enjoying doing for others. I was enjoying the fact that it was something I was making for my kids and my family and friends. But it feels so good to be free and to be able to do whatever I want. So, right after I finished it, somebody said, well, what are you going to, my husband said, what are you going to make now? And I said, anything that doesn't involve a blanket. And so I think some of you have said you're going to hold me to that. You don't know how many times it has kept me from starting something else because I immediately thought of a couple of blankets I needed to start. But we'll wait till January 1. But anyway, I did start something else, and I got online just kind of piddling one day, and I was going through Facebook Reels, and this hat showed up on my Reels. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I have to make that. And it showed up with a bow. So, and I didn't save the picture, I don't think. So I'm going to let Kristen show the hat that I made. And it showed up with a red hair bow, like just a general bow at the top where the sprigs are. And I didn't want to do that. So I decided instead at the last minute, while I was sitting there going, I'm going to make a bow, I'm going to make a bow, I'm going to make a bow, I don't want to make a bow, I made a heart instead. And so this is the Grinch, right? See his little hair at the top and his little heart at the bottom. And the way this hat is made is the normal half double crochet that goes back and forth, side, up and down, side to side, whatever you want to say. But there is a way at the top that this is made in. This is not sewed on afterwards. This is part of the hat. This hat took me probably 4 hours to make off and on, like mostly on, but I just took my time and was enjoying every second. And I hear other people say, oh, I made this in like half an hour, an hour. Okay, good for you. I'm a slow crocheter. And I just really, really, really was enjoying it. Even though it was taking about halfway through, I'm like, oh, I'm only halfway through. But, I mean...
The woman that stopped a half double crochet C2C blanket made a half double crochet hat and loved it.
Well, the half double crochet hat is different than the half double crochet. I got a bun, so whatever. But it's different from the half double crochet hat. This is completely different. I can't explain it. A half double crochet C2C makes me want to rip the yarn out. But a half double crochet hat, I found that lately. I was thinking about that myself. I said I don't like half double crochet, and I'm not super crazy about this, but this is half double crochet in the back loop, so it's not quite as difficult, I don't think, for me, as going under both stitches. It's easier to find, and I just really enjoyed making it. It was a lot of fun. There are some errors. You can see my seam up the back, but this one is for me, so it doesn't matter. I always try to make a Christmas hat, and this year it's the Grinch and his little heart, and this will probably be one that I wear during parades. So I always try to make one that I can wear for parades. I did mess up, and one of the little dooflachis got caught down in the hat, but that's okay. I don't care. This was a lot of fun to make. I'll put the pattern. I hate that I can't remember what the pattern is, but I did it and was just having so much fun. I wasn't paying any attention. But this is a basic hat pattern that is not for the Grinch. It's just a basic hat that has the little floofs, the built-in pom-pom on it. And then the adaptation they showed, like I said, had a bow. So they said it was kind of like a Grinch mixed with Cindy Lou Who. And so, it had a big red bow right here at the top. I just didn't want to do that. And I know bows are easy to make. It's a rectangle and you cinch around it. I didn't want to do it. I just didn't want to do it. And I love the fact of a heart instead. So I found a basic heart pattern. And I will try to remember which one I did and put that down below too. But that's what I did. So then I also decided that I was watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, It was funny because while I was watching, they came up and said that this was the first year that Minnie Mouse had ever been a part of the Macy's Day Parade. Well, the grandbaby loves Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse. Like, she's 3 months old and loves them. So we sat here and watched Minnie's Bows. If you don't know what that is, I didn't either, but I found it on Disney Plus the other day. We watched it nonstop. It's like little 5 minute clips of Minnie and her friends. I couldn't tell you anything that it was about. I was too busy watching the grandbaby enjoy it, but she loves that stuff. So I decided that she needed something Minnie Mouse, and this works up super, super quick. Like, I did this, I think, in an hour with Premier yarn, and the black is Premier, the red is Soho yarn, and I couldn't tell you what the white is. It is probably a Red Heart yarn, Red Heart metallic. It's, or it could be a I love this yarn. I don't know. It's white with sparkle. So this is what I made for her. Trying to get it where it doesn't reflect, but it's gonna. There you go. So this is a poncho, and it's super quick. It works up so very quick. Now the dots are, I think she says to do 9 or 7 half double crochets and a magic ring. I only did 5 because this is for a little baby. So, you know, and this ends up being about, I think it's 5 inches or so, maybe 6 from the black to the red, and then you've got the white part added on. So, yeah, that's her Minnie Mouse poncho, and it fits really well, and she loved it, and her mommy loved it. And like I said, it was probably, I think it was about an hour to do the whole thing. But the dots are, that's what I was going to tell you, the dots are glued on because that's the kind of Nana I am. I ain't about sewing them on. She's only going to wear it for a little bit anyway. And if she messes it up, guess what? I'll make another one. So that, like I said, it's Premier, and the black was Premier, and I really, really like it. It was the Premier Just yarn. And it worked up so nice. And this Soho yarn, the red part, that is a sparkly yarn, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And then the white was sparkled too. So the black was the only thing it didn't sparkle. Everything else sparkles on it, and it is adorable, and I had so much fun. Such a quick make for a poncho. You would not think that a poncho would be that quick. But the pattern worked up really quickly, so much so that I think I would do that for an adult as well, because you could knock one out much quicker than you really think. If you think about an hour, that's color changes, sewing in, gluing on, everything, an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. For the whole thing, really? If you would have told me that, I wouldn't have believed you. I was watching the Macy's Day Parade. Kristen was helping her grandma fix dinner, and we were waiting on her to come back home, and they were going to go visit my mom in the nursing home. And I thought, well, I'll just start it and see how far I get. And yeah, I had 2 hours, and it was done long before then. So yeah, I'm super, super excited. It might have been a little longer than that because by the time we glued on the things, maybe that wasn't included. But anyway, I know it was less than 2 hours by the time the whole thing was done and we glued on, because I remember Kristen was helping me glue them on. But I think I stopped in between then because I needed Kristen to help me remember where my glue stuff was. And she wasn't here. And I'm still looking for glue sticks. So, yeah, a really quick, fast project, fast make. And I put that on the doll that I'm making stuff for. And it was just a little too big. So I may make the doll a smaller version. I have all these plans in my head for this doll. Who knows if any of them will ever come to fruition, but that's where I'm at. So today we're going to talk again about an act of kindness that you can do. And let's talk about an act of kindness that you can do for yourself. And I think that sometimes we need to remember that we need to take a break ourselves. So your act of kindness today is to remind yourself that it's okay to say no to things that you normally wouldn't during this time of year, because it's a busy time of year. How many of you have had somebody already, when they realized that it was the day after Thanksgiving, go, can you make me XYZ, fill in the blank, crochet, knit, whatever, craft, with your supplies, with your time, with your money? I'm not talking about people. Well, I know some of you make stuff to sell too, and I'm sure there are lots of people who wait till the last minute to ask, and that's why you have inventory. But for those of us who don't do that, it's common for people to wait until the last minute and go, will you make me this? And often it's from people who are friends and family who think it's okay to ask, and not offer to pay for your materials and just think that you're going to take your time. And I find the biggest disconnect is that people don't understand. They see the project, they know that you make things, they don't understand the disconnect between the time it takes to plan, get your materials, make it, finish it, and get it to them. They think it's like an overnight thing, or they think it takes a year. Most people think it's an overnight thing, and this is why they say, will you make me XYZ? And I get put in this position a lot. And Kristen had to remind me this week that sometimes people don't realize what they're asking, and you have to weigh what's going on in your life and decide whether or not you can do things, and that you can't be all things to all people. And this week I had to not be all things to all people, and it breaks my heart because I really wanted to do it. But I have several Christmas gifts I haven't made yet that you all don't know about. For other people, I've told you a couple of times, that I had some other things to do. Whether or not I get those done, if I don't, then I don't. I'm still looking for some. By the way, let me know down below. I'm looking for a shawl or a shawlette or a wrap or something. I don't know if that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a gift to make for a dear friend that is something like that. That would be just something really basic, simple, easy, quick. And I just haven't found it yet. And I'll know it when I see it. And that's not against anything I've seen. Everything I've seen is beautiful. But I'm looking for something that screams out her name to me, if that makes sense. And I haven't found it yet. I think I have the yarn, but it's a variegated yarn. And I'm not sure. I need a simple pattern for a variegated yarn that will let it speak, So anyway, let me know if you have one of those below. And then we're going to do Christmas trivia. But our Advent for the day, for Kindness Advent, is for you. Take some time today to reevaluate and realize that you don't have to say yes to everything. Even in this busy season, it's not unkind to say no, because you can't pour from an empty cup. If you are pushing yourself to do for others and ignoring yourself, that is not being kind to yourself. So your act of kindness today is to take time for you and reevaluate what your must-do, your to-do list is. Look at that list again. Do you really need to do all of those things? You'd like to, right? But we're human. So look at that list and see what you need to do. And the things you don't need to do, don't make it harder on yourself than it has to be. Kristen has to tell me this often. Often. Yep. All right, so hold on. We've got Christmas trivia. Let's see. Which Christmas song holds the Guinness World Record for the best-selling single of all time?
Christmas song?
Yep, Christmas single. Which Christmas single holds the Guinness Books of World Records title for being the best-selling single of all time? Hint, it's one of my favorites.
Silent Night. I don't know.
Nope, not Silent Night. Good guess, though. But that's not it. So let us know what you think it is. They won't all be music trivia, but I found these and I happen to love Christmas music. So that's your Christmas trivia for the day. And let's see, we're going to say that this is probably going to go out on, we're going to say this video is going out on Tuesday. So that means we need to move, because that means 1, 2, 3 days in. So, yep, right there. We didn't move it for the other one because I wasn't sure when it was going to go. So whatever day we're recording on or recording for, we'll try to move that so that you guys can see how many days are left. So you'll see this on Tuesday. There'll be that many days left till Christmas. So anyway, that's our thing for today. That's our projects and what we've been working on, what I've been working on. Kristen's been working on lots of hats. She's in a hat kick. Don't know why, but she is. Centro-wise, she's been using...
I don't know why either. I just get bored. I'm like, okay, let's make a hat.
She's done really well with her Centro. I'm very, very pleased with how she's done. I'm glad one of us can use it. The Centro and I broke up, but it's okay. She loves it, and it's fine. So, anyway, don't forget to be kind, because...
You don't know anybody else is dirty.
Bye!
Bye!